everybody, what's up? Thanks for coming to my channel and checking things out. My name's Adrian. People call me Paco. I am 1 month post gastric sleeve surgery. I know it's been a minute since I've posted anything or shared anything, but there've been a few things going on, and I just really haven't made it a priority to get this out there, but I need to do better at that. But just to recap, in case you're new to my channel, I've kind of been struggling with my weight on and off most of my life. And when I went to look for somebody like me who has shared their story, going through like medically managed weight loss or gastric surgery of any kind, I didn't really like connect with anyone, so I figured why not share my story. So here I am, 1 month post-op gastric sleeve. Current weight as of today is 289.8. Hasn't moved in a few days, so it's kind of stalled out, and I have theories behind why it's done this, so I'll get to that a little later. So really, since I've shared last, I've really just been kind of trying to navigate like this new way of living. You know, I've heard I haven't personally heard criticism, but I've seen other people share their stories and say like, oh, people are saying, oh, this is the easy way out, like, you know, you're cheating by getting weight loss surgery. It's not easy. It's a full lifestyle change, and it's difficult. I've struggled with a few things. The biggest struggles right now, one, I'm on a soft food diet, which is fine. So soft food for my program specifically consists of soft foods, anything I can squish with a fork. And if my fork hits the plate, like, we're good to go. Appetite though, and not really having an appetite is a big deal. So I have to force myself to eat, or like remind myself. I don't get that typical like, oh, your stomach's growling, like you need to eat, until it's like too late. So I've waited too long to eat, and I do have a few side effects of waiting too long. Is like I get a little lightheaded, or a little bit of a headache. So when I've waited too long to eat and I decide to eat, it's like, okay, now I'm eating too fast, like faster than I should. So the food goes down, but it hits the top of my stomach, and it's like, at that point, it's got to slow down, right, to process and get into the sleeve. So there's a little like pain associated with that. It's not really pain, more of a discomfort, and that's like the physical reminder to slow down. So the other thing is making sure I'm getting in my program's recommended amount of hydrating liquids. Water now is a little hard for me to drink. I used to drink water all the time and throughout the day, but now just having plain water sometimes kind of makes my stomach cramp a little bit. And they did let me know that that was a possibility. So something that I found that are super great and that I really like are the some of the Crystal Lights and Gatorade Zero, like the powdered packets that I can just add to my water. I'm trying to keep track of exactly how much I'm drinking, so I know, like, at least I've met my goal for the day. 64 ounces is the goal. I usually get there, and I try to avoid getting there too late at night, because then I'll be up in the middle of the night to pee. But my body is using the fluid that I'm putting in. So if you were like me and you drank a lot of water beforehand, I was always like constantly going to the bathroom. Like I always had to pee. And now it's like my body is using the fluid that I'm putting into it. So it makes it kind of nice that I don't have to get up and go to the bathroom a million times throughout the day. But when you get fuller faster, you don't have a whole lot of room, or it doesn't feel like you have a lot of room for the liquids, but you do. So just stay with it and like just keep pushing yourself to drink something, and you'll get there. Eventually. I have felt some side effects on days where I didn't meet my 64 ounces. I have definitely felt leg cramps. I get cramps on the top of my feet. And that's usually at night. It doesn't usually happen during the day, but it's like when my body's ready to relax and go to bed, kind of get that restless leg going on, and then I get some cramping, but that's only happened once or twice. So, I want to avoid that as much as possible because my cramps are super painful when that happens. Because I am eating a low carb, high protein diet, like constipation is a real thing. And if you're not staying hydrated, it only contributes to that problem. I already have like poop anxiety, we like to call it in our house, where before surgery, my normal was at least once a day. And if I hadn't gone to the bathroom at least once a day, then like something was wrong. So I had to really understand that that's not going to be my new normal, because we've altered my digestive tract to some point, right? To some extent. So if I don't go for a whole day, I'm like, what's wrong? And I get this whole anxiety behind it, but I kind of just had to learn to roll with the punches and deal with it. I probably still don't deal with it the best. My wife's probably like, stop talking to me about this. But like, I'm an oversharer, so I'm just gonna like chalk it up to that. But there are plenty of like home remedies you could use, and also like over the counter, easy on your digestive tract. Obviously check with your doctor first, but they sent me with Miralax. That seems to work if I take it at least once a day. Keeps things moving. I've also added some like bariatric recommended fiber to my diet because I'm not getting a whole lot of fiber from my food that I don't taste. I just add it to my water, Crystal Light, and I'm good to go. So like that's a struggle too, learning how your body is changing and adjusting to that, because for the past 20 years my system's been the same pretty much on a regular basis. So kind of get those things out of the way, right? Like I want to tell you all the struggles I've had because I want to end on a high note. And so there have been some great things happening, but I want to say it's not really a struggle. I think it's more of a mental block for me when it comes to the number on the scale. And like for me, it hasn't moved in about a week right now. My theories on that are, I am burning way more calories than I'm taking in. So I don't know if my body thinks like I'm in starvation mode, so it doesn't want to shed any pounds. So that's one. My second theory is that I have started going to the gym, and I'm not only doing cardio, I've started lifting weights. So I know that's going to affect weight loss, but I still am seeing some size change. So, I mean, that's positive, right? Like we're going in the right direction. So, you're going to run into those things and your weight's going to stall. It's going to happen. And whether it's, just dietary or, environmental, whatever's going to happen, like it's not going to be a consistent just drop. You will stall at one point and then, your body's going to readjust and it's going to start picking up again. So I'm not going to sweat it too much. Y'all don't sweat it too much. What is going good? Like I said, I started going back to the gym. I am getting in my cardio, trying for at least 3 days a week at the gym. I do have like an exercise bike at home, plus some free weights and a total gym I can use. But I am noticing like I can, stay on the treadmill longer or on the exercise bike longer than I was able to before. So I know I'm building my endurance up, and it's nice, right? Like it's nice to see that like I can accomplish more. Um, but I also have to be conscious of the fact that I'm not bringing in a ton of calories, so I don't want to overwork myself, because that can happen, right? So you really have to listen to your body and trust your instincts. Um, I feel like I know my body pretty well and how I handle um, activity and energy levels while I'm doing these activities. So just listen to your body. Like if your body feels like it's given out, like okay, it's time to stop. Like don't push yourself, especially um, at this stage. Like I'm only 1 month post-op, and I really feel like I should be doing more, but I also have to remember like my body is still healing. I'm still restricted. Like I can't lift anything more than 15 pounds. I have a couple of times, and I shouldn't, and I've paid for it, right? Like I feel sore or have some extra pain that could have been avoided had I not pushed myself. Even with simple chores around the house, right? Like I vacuumed one day, and that wasn't like the best thing, because you don't realize how much you're engaging your abs and your core. And when they had to get in there with all those instruments, and they move your muscles around, things need time to heal. And it wasn't just your stomach that was affected, right? The muscles and tissue around were affected also. So be conscious of that. Another great thing is I feel like I've had more energy. Sometimes like I've always been a little bit of a struggle to get up in the morning and to like wake up, but once I'm awake, and I'm like, I'm ready to do stuff. I sit at a desk for my job, so I also have my desk is a standing desk, so I can get up and move around and things like that, but it is mentally exhausting sometimes, so I need to remember like take my time at the end of the day to get in a rest, or just relax, don't look at a screen for a while. But my energy has gotten to the point sometimes where if I'm just sitting, I get like a restless leg kind of energy, where it's like, my legs will start to cramp a little bit, but it's like that reminds me to get up and do something, whether it's unload the dishwasher or small chores around the house, or find a task, just so I'm keeping my mind and body active. Sitting and watching TV still happens, but I am finding myself more and more where like I need an activity. And I don't know, that could be part of like just being at home all the time too, and like I work from home, so maybe I need to get out more, but COVID. So some things that I have found that will work probably better for me as I'm going forward is prepping my food, making sure it's just like it's readily available, because like if I have to make something, to me that it takes a lot of energy, because I have to figure out like portion size and like, okay, if I'm just cooking this much, so if I just make like a batch of something like I would make for 2 or 3 people, and then it's there for me, what's probably the best thing. But what I'm gonna go back to is the time schedule that I had before. Like I was on a time schedule for like I could drink liquids during this time, and then I had 30 minutes where I didn't have anything, and then I could eat food, and then nothing, and then schedule my drinks. So I'm hoping that will allow me to make sure I'm getting in enough protein and enough food in my daily routine, so I'm not just having like a big portion of protein. Like my breakfast this morning, I ate it a little late, and I made some cereal with some protein in it, and that was like a good chunk. It's like 25 grams of protein, and I feel like that might be a lot all at once for my system to process. So I'm hoping if I'm able to spread it out throughout the day, I can see a little more sustained energy and not see some fatigue. And getting enough sleep. I have been getting enough sleep, I feel like. There have been a couple days where I stayed up later than I would normally, and I can feel that in my body more than I could before. I'm doing a lot better about just listening to my body, and it's like, if I am tired and I feel like I could go to sleep, I should probably just go to sleep, because if I miss my window, I will lay in bed awake because I can't make myself go to sleep. I don't know about anybody else, but I have been extra cold. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's been cold here for a little bit, but like my fingers and my toes stay cold. Sometimes I'll go all day being cold, even having like hot tea throughout the day, trying to keep warm. I could be in a beanie or have a hoodie on. I have the heat on and I'm still cold. I'm assuming it's because I don't have as much insulation anymore. But that's okay. That's just like something that's come with the territory. But the biggest thing, like, I just have to trust my instincts, right? Like if I feel like, you know, they recommended me to eat a certain, whatever it was, right? Like they said I could have ground turkey, for example, which is great. I found some ground turkey meatballs that I love from Trader Joe's, and I made those and I had those last night, and they did not like sit well. It was very uncomfortable for me. So it's like, I kind of had a feeling it might be a little uncomfortable, but you just trust myself, right? And it's all a learning thing. I've never been in this place before, and I'm sure you haven't either. And you know, have a ton of questions, or what's this gonna be like, or how's my body gonna react? And we're all gonna react differently. I feel like at first it was super easy for me to get my water in, my protein. I was jamming, I was good, I felt great. And then, you know, things kind of slowed down a little bit, and it really was like a sign for me to like take a step back and reevaluate and say, hey, this is a different situation than it was before. This is what changed, and now this is what I have to do differently about it. So that's the follow-up. I will try to be better about posting stuff. You can follow me on TikTok, Burritos.to.Barbells, Instagram, Burritos.to.Barbells. I'm working on a website, and I will have like all those links posted there. I'll put the links in the comments here so you can see that, and I am hoping to get some merch put up soon. So yeah, I mean, stay with it, keep doing it, stay positive. Reach out if you have any questions. Like if I get comments and stuff, I will try to get back to all of them. If you want to send me a direct message on Instagram, great, I will message you back. I don't have a ton of followers right now, but like and share, I would appreciate it. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all later.